Well, hello and welcome to my latest video and the first video of 2022. I suppose I ought to preface this by saying Happy New Year to all my loyal subscribers and viewers. But you know, I know you're going to think I'm a curmudgeon, the old bastard. My wife calls me Mr. Grumpy Boots. And I mean, don't you just hate that whole Happy New Year thing? I mean, you're lying in bed 10 o'clock New Year's Eve watching some crap on the telly and scrolling through your phone, as you do, and you go on Twitter and you got this endless stream of second-rate comedians, half-baked celebrities and sports stars and people you've never heard of, and they're all going, Happy New Year, I hope you have a better year in 2022, good luck and happiness to all my friends and all the people who followed me all this year. And you think, oh, for fuck's sake, mate, nobody cares, right? I mean, why don't we say, right? Why don't we say, I hope you have a shit year, right? Why don't we say shit New Year? Because somebody saying to you, Happy New Year, Julian, it doesn't mean you're going to have a Happy New Year. I've got news for you, folks. It doesn't mean shit. It does not mean that you're going to get endless wealth. It doesn't mean you're going to find happiness. It doesn't mean you're going to find love. It doesn't mean you're going to get a nice new job. It doesn't mean you're going to have, we're going to have a wonderful life just because Brexit has finally happened. Has it finally happened? Well, I don't know, 1st of January, a whole load of things happening. It doesn't mean diddly, right? So next person who comes up to you on Happy New Year, on the next YouTube video you open up, where people have got a screenshot of their channel name and they're saying Happy New Year to all of my loyal subscribers, just say fuck off, right? Go and watch Succession, the brilliant Brian Cox playing Logan Roy, and just do a Logan Roy. Fuck off, because you ain't having a Happy New Year. And if you're going to spend this year, 2022, anything like you spent 2021 sitting through Julian's videos, then you have my sympathy. Incidentally, I was looking it up on Wikipedia because I wanted to find out, right, when did they first start saying Happy New Year and annoying the shit out of all their Facebook friends? And apparently, I mean, it sounds weird, but it also sounds kind of believable. Van Gogh, right, the famous Italian artist, he was living in South London. Don't laugh, this is true. He actually lived in South London for a little while. And as you know, if you know your history, or if you've looked at Wikipedia or you've Googled it, he cut off his ear, right? He cut off his ear, had a knife and fork, cut it off, ate his ear, and so his hearing was not great. Okay, let's be honest. There's a lesson there, kids. If you want to keep your hearing, don't cut off your ear. Anyway, he'd cut off his ear, right, and he went out for a walk in South London, and he passed another struggling artist by the name of Picasso, and Picasso looked at him and said, Happy New Ear, right? Happy New Ear. Because Picasso had a kind of weird sense of humour. He could see he only had one ear, so he said, Happy New Ear, right? Because he thought he'd try and make Van Gogh laugh, because he was still in a certain amount of pain. But because Van Gogh's hearing, had suffered because he cut off that ear, he thought that what Picasso said was Happy New Year, because this happened on the 1st of January, 1872 or whenever it was. And Van Gogh said, I thought that's all right. I think that's quite good. So he went on Twitter, because he's a big fan of Twitter, Van Gogh, and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and all the other shit stuff. He had an OnlyFans page. You could get, special sketches of rude parts of people's bodies if you paid him enough money on a monthly basis. And he said, Happy New Year to all my faithful followers, because he thought, right, that's what Picasso had said. Although, of course, what Picasso had actually said was, Happy New Year, and piece of advice, Van, don't cut off the other one. Anyway, what we're doing today? What we're doing today is, a few months ago, I was sent by a company called CyclePal a tool. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that it says CyclePal? A tool, this type of tool, not this tool, which we'll get to in a moment, this type of tool, which is designed to assist you to get difficult tyres onto the rim of your cycle wheel. And I made a video about it, and I said, yeah, it's a reasonable enough tool. It's exactly the same as an X-Tools tool of the same design, which I already had, but I said, you know, there's no law against copying somebody else's design. Well, there is actually a law, but if it's not patented, then it's okay, you can get away with it. So I think, yeah, it's all right, it works, it's a decent enough tool. But it's too big, right, because you can't carry it out on the road when you're cycling. And it's also overpriced, vastly overpriced, because they were selling it, and I think they still are selling it for about $25.99 or so, although they're not. Okay, this is the thing, because you can always get it half price or discounted with one of those discount codes. So anyway, I said it's overpriced and it's too big. So anyway, I was using it, I was fitting my tyres on, it worked reasonably well. And then it so happened that I thought I'd fit a pair of Continental gator skin tyres onto some wheels. And as you may know, gator skins are well known being really difficult to get onto the rim, and the kind of tyres that you would need a cycle tyre seating tool to assist you. So I thought, I picked up the tool and I was working away trying to get the tyre on, and this is what happened, right? Sorry, it should be round that way. No, it isn't. It should be round this way. This is what happened. It broke. All right? It broke. Like that. It broke. It couldn't handle the gator skin tyre. So I thought, well, that's not great, is it? I mean, let's be honest, it's not great, because the only time you need a tool like this is to get a difficult tyre onto the rim. And if the thing breaks, then, I mean, it's about as much use, right, as a pair of marzipan bolt cutters. So anyway, I emailed them, CyclePal, on the 16th of November last year, okay, 2021, 16th of November 2021. And I said, oh, look, this has happened, and I assume this is under some kind of guarantee, and would you like to send me a replacement? And they sent me an email back very quickly and said, oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, never heard of this before. We'll send you a replacement. Would you like one of our CyclePal tools, or would you like one of the new compact designs? And I said, why don't you send me one of each, and I'll do a follow-up video. And they said, okay, yep, we will. Anyway, that was on the 16th of November. Okay, so a couple of weeks afterwards, I emailed them and said, any sign of this tool? And they emailed back and said, bit of a few delays, waiting for some extra stock. So we'll contact you. Now, because, of course, I'd been looking at the CyclePal website, right, it then appeared in my Facebook feed. I got all these fucking adverts, hundreds of adverts saying CyclePal tool, get the new CyclePal tool and the compact version, and it's available at this special discount. So I emailed them and said, look, why do I keep on seeing these adverts when you tell me you haven't got any tools? And they said, oh, don't be sorry, it's in the container ship in the Suez Canal, or it's at the docks in Liverpool, or wherever all this Brexit stuff is. Anyway, that's where there's a sunlit uplands waiting in a container ship off the docks at Liverpool. And they said, yeah, we'll send it to you. So anyway, so just bear that date in mind, by the way, 16th of November, 2021. And so I emailed a couple more times. I said, look, any sign of it? Any sign of perhaps? Because I've got all these wheels, right? I've got like 50 wheels, but you've got no epoxy tyres on them. Because I didn't have a cycle tyre seating tool, because I did have the X-Tools version, right? But when I got the new version, the new one from CyclePal, I gave the old version to my mate John Grant, who needed one for his tyres. Of course, being the sort of person I am, I couldn't ask for it back, because you can't ask for stuff back, can you? That's rude. So I was just waiting. I was getting more and more pissed off. I mean, I was really getting fed up with this. And eventually it arrived on the 30th of December 2021. And what they sent me was this one, because this is the replacement one, and this is like same as the original one, right? The CyclePal tyre seating tool. And they also sent me the compact version, okay? And this is the compact version, okay? Now, it's, let me just put this clip on there so you can see it better. If I kind of put one above the other like that, what do you think? I mean, yeah, one is, there's no doubt that the one on the top is a more compact version, and yes, you could put this in your jersey pocket. You couldn't put it in a saddlebag. You could put it in a handlebar bag, you put it in a frame bag, you could put it in a tail bag, you put it in a tail fin bag, you put it in a rucksack. It's enough bags, Julian. That's enough bags. We know what bags are. So yeah, it's compact. So at a pinch, yeah, you could carry this on the road. But the real question is, that you're thinking, if you've got this thought far, right, in this video, is does this one work, and is this one going to break? And there's only one way to find out. And that is, we're going to have to go over to the workbench, right? We're going to have to go over to the workbench, the workshop, in the garage, in the workshop, and test it out. So come with me and we're going to test it out. Well, you're not going to see it from there, are you? What are you waiting over there for? You've got to come over to the workbench. Yeah. If you touch the screen right there, okay, the camera will magically kind of swerve round, a kind of smooth swerve round, so that you are attending me or visualising me at the workbench. So shall we try that? Let's do it on the count of three, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Oh, swivel round. No, you missed it. You can't. Wikipedia, if you're not sure how to count up to 3. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we done it. Okay, well, you guys took your time, but you're finally here. So let's just have a go. This, incidentally, is not a gator skin. I thought I'd just show you how the tool works on a tyre where it should work quite easily, and then we'll cross over to the other workbench and we'll have a look at the gator skin. So the way it works is you put this bit on this part of the rim like that, and then you hook that on there and you just work it along like that. Make sure you've got that hooked on the rim. Okay, so we're working this along like that. It's a little bit difficult to sort of try and do this while checking to see if the camera can see what I'm doing. I'm not sure this is actually working the way it should do. Try and turn it around a bit. But if I do it like that, does that help? So I've hooked it on the rim there. I've hooked that bit under the tyre, and there we are. I've pulled it over. So we'll just like that, and there we are. Okay, it's done. I don't know how well you were able to see that, but I mean, as I said in my original video, the cycle power tyre seating tool, it does work. Okay, there's sometimes a little bit of a trick to it. You've got to make sure you've got this on the rim. That can slip off the tyre, but assuming you do that, you get that on the rim there. So I'm just trying to hold that up a bit closer. So you get that bit on the rim there, you hook that bit on the tyre there, and you pull it over, and that provides the leverage that you need to get the tyre onto the rim. And as I said previously, it does work. Okay, so it works with tyres that are relatively easy to get on, and I probably could have done this tyre even with my weak fingers with a little bit of a struggle. But when you need the tool is when you've got a difficult tyre. So now we have to do the real test, and that's to go to the gator skin and see if we can manage to get it onto the rim without breaking the tool, which, as I said to you, is what happened the first time around. Actually, before I do that, I'll just have a quick go with the compact version of the tool. This is a compact version of the tool. Principle is the same. You put this bit, this kind of U-shaped bit, V-shaped bit, on the rim like that, and then you grip the tyre with the other bit like that, and you pull it on. I think maybe you could have seen that fairly easy, and it's best if you do it, don't try and do a kind of load of it. If you do maybe a few inches at a time, that's it, that's worked, and we'd move it along a few inches at a time, move it along. Perhaps I've done a bit too much there. Just kind of talk amongst yourselves for a bit. Oh, Gillian, got strains on this one. I don't know if the camera's in the right position or something. This is kind of slipping, so let me do it there. Can you see what I'm doing? I think you can see what I'm doing. If Francis Cade was doing this video, he'd have bloody cameras all over the place, and it would be much better. But you wouldn't get, right. I like Francis Cade's videos, by the way. I'm not criticising at all. But you wouldn't get, right. You wouldn't get the Happy New Year rant. So the thing about Julian's videos, right, a little bit damaged my rim there. The thing about Julian's videos, right, is you get shit visuals, okay, because I'm not great with the camera. You get shit sound, because sometimes I mess up the microphone. You don't get any B-roll, because I don't understand what B-roll is. You never get a kind of sign up there saying, look at this previous video, because I don't know how to do that. You don't get a little button there that says subscribe and perhaps a picture of a moving bicycle, because I don't know how to do that. So what do you get in Julian's videos? And you say, what do we get in Julian's videos? I don't know what you get, but some people like them. And by the way, I want to say hello. I want to say hello, big hello to Mick S. Mick S, well done, mate, because he's often the first to get onto my videos. He's often the first to comment, and he leaves reams and reams of comments. I want to say big Happy New Year to Mick S. Happy New Year to everybody, by the way. But yeah, happy New Year to Mick S. Right, so we're going to try with the gator skin. Sorry if this is going on for a while. Okay, welcome back. Here we have a giant wheel rim with a Continental 32mm gator skin tyre, which I want to put on it. And it was trying to do this that broke the original Cycle Pal tool. So we'll see what we can do. There may be a certain amount of huffing and puffing. There may be a certain amount of swearing going on, but hopefully there won't be any breaking of the Cycle Pal tool. So let's see what we can retrieve here. Okay, that bit has gone on. Of course, as you will know, if you are a cyclist, and let's face it, if you're not a cyclist, why would you be watching this video? Is once you get one bit on, quite often another bit comes off. So you try and hold it with your fingers but you can't hold it tightly enough, and as you work your way round you find that you've got a bit on and then another bit comes off. So I'm working my way round, but the trouble is, as you can see, I've got this bit on and this bit has come off. Now I can't really hold this tightly enough. Perhaps if I kind of wedge it against my vise there, does that help? Let me see if I can bring you in a bit closer. Okay, I've wedged it against the vise. I'm trying to hold it with my left hand. I'm trying to see what I'm doing there, and are we? Well, we're not really there, are we? Because it's come off there. I mean, I don't want to sort of completely criticize this tool. Well, you know, the tool is supposed to do this task. So if it can't do this task, then yeah, I am criticizing the tool. Now you could say, and the cycle power tool people may say, well, you're not doing it right, Julian. But I mean, I know how this tool is supposed to work, and I've done it successfully with other tyres, as you just saw with that what was it? It was a Vittoria Termina 38mm gravel tyre, in case you didn't know. Well, you didn't know, well, I'm telling you now. But this, now as you can, I don't know if you can see the strain that I'm putting on this tool. And, well, I think I'm going to have to give up. I have successfully, I'm going to give up. I have successfully done this previously with gator skin tyres, but I'm not managing it at the moment, so I'm going to stop this video there because I've had enough. And the cycle pal tool, well, it's better than your fingers, I'll say that much, although a lot of old school cyclists who have very strong fingers, much stronger fingers than me, will probably manage it better than I can. But it's not succeeding on the gator skin tyres. So I know the adverts say that it does. Cycle Pal's marketing say that it does. In fact, it says it's specifically designed for that. I'll probably have another go with it, but I can't continue with this video because you'll be spending the whole of New Year's Day watching this bloody video, and I'm sure you've got better things to do. Sound of Music is on British television about 2:30 this afternoon. One of my favourite films. I'll be singing along, and I'll probably dress up as well as one of the characters. Leave a comment down below if you think you can guess which character I'll be dressed up as. So there is the Cycle Pal tool. They've now sent me 3 tools, one which broke, a replacement, and then a compact version. And is it any good? Well, you've seen the video, you pay your money if you want to, and you take your choice. They did send it to me for free. They didn't sponsor me to say this. You'd be thinking, if they sponsored you to say that kind of stuff, Julian, then they're going to want their money back. Well, they didn't pay me any money. They just gave me the tools for free. So anyway, that's the end of this video. I've had enough. I'm going indoors. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. And incidentally, Happy New Year.